The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And the downhill charge gets there and touches this one right at the 14. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's brought down across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Ravens will go on offense. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Devin White hauls him down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. Picked up by Nakobe Dean. And the Eagles take over on his 5th interception of the season. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Ravens get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here's 2nd and 7. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Devin White makes the play. And the Eagles have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Back to the well again. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Nnamdi Madubuike making that stop. We're a quarter of the way through on this chill. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range. This time it's a passing play. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. They need a lot here, but still going for it on 4th and 15. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
First down, here's Lamar. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. An incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Second and 10 now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Jackson now on 3rd. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And a fair catch made here at the 17. So no return on that punt. And the Eagles will be backed up a good bit to begin the drive. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Blown back gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back to throw. Throwing the out route complete. And he gets him around 6 there. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
To the air, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
Here's a give up the middle. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That's caught for the 1st. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. But without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Cheeks out a 1-stop. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Running it after the penalty. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Gets him 5 back on that 1st down run. It's going to be 2nd and 15.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Pass play now. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Connects on the crosser. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 31-yard play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Hand off to the back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. A good defensive play breaks that one up. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. You needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking for a throw here. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Ravens are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background.
They connect on the deep shot. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Connecting on the slant. He does it! Touchdown, Baltimore! The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. It's the Eagles looking at first and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He fires one deep down the middle. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Ravens take over on his 5th interception of the season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Well, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Not on the same page with his tight end. And it sets up second down. They put Flowers in motion right. Crosses the 35, room for more. And finally stopped at the 34. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Hits his running back. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Ravens first down. A give now from the gun. Nice cut back to the right sideline. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They give it to him again. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
So often, one of the things you have to teach running backs at the NFL level, you don't always have to hit a home run. Especially in short yardage situations, just go get that single and move the chains.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Back-to-back carries here. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. Changing it up here, Jackson. Buys time, rolling right. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens will add to their lead at the end of the half. Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Here comes the final play of our first half.
Let's put 6 on the board, fellas. Be patient.
All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Right up the gut. No driving forward, but won't get beyond the line. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
And they pick him off again. And the Ravens get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Well, you kind of had a feeling, Brock, that they were going to be passing early and often, coming out of the locker room on the losing side of things, right? And that coverage, man, they knew it too. Right there to make a play on the very first throw.
Yeah, no doubt, I think in any of our minds, they knew a throw was coming defensively, and that's fine. You could know it's coming, but you got to then go out and execute and take it away. Played right into their hands, and now a chance to add to this lead.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the gun, Jackson. Chased out to his right. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he drives it close to the red zone before going out. That one hits for 30. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Forced out to his right. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Flushed out now to his left. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. Tucker's kick is up and good. It sails right through. A beautifully placed football.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's after catch. And it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Running it now out of the gun. And they bring him down around the 34. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Hauled in left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that will set up 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Trying to find his tight end. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
They'll try and punch it in. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. He'll get a couple, and now they face 3rd and goal from the 6.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
3rd down from the gun. Ravens swoop it in, and they bring him down. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
The kick by Hopkins is good. And the gap closes to 14 points.
Here in the 3rd quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his 1st attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. The 40. At the 20. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a 3-possession game. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That's incomplete left side.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll run here from the gun. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
From the gun on third down. And they pick him off again. Space on the right, and he's got room. And the Ravens take over as he records the 40th interception of his career. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a third time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to...
Oh, my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Eagles get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat. But the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
All right, here we go. Second down. Able to get it to Moore. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Cooper to Jean with the stop.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
They're going to throw it on third and long. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He's going to push one deep down the right. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now it's second down. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Back now, pressure on its way. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Collects this at the 32. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. First down, here's Lamar. On the move, headed right. That's Mayer, he's got it. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. So we're through 3 here. It's the Ravens with possession and a big enough lead. Second and 6 coming up here. Lamar off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw, Jackson. completed to Flowers. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out, and they're going to lose some yardage.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards. New series coming up following the punt. And they'll be backed up a good bit for this drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Throwing the out route complete. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Working quickly here. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Second and 6 now. He's trying to push the field. They connect on the deep shot. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles get it back to within 2 possessions. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right? Yeah. Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Here's the handoff. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Slot man motioned over. Play action now with Jackson. Cut out left. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Finds a man right side. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Open space inside the 40. Past the 20. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw to begin this drive. Completed over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Offense up to the line fast. Handoff on 2nd and short. And he'll get it up to the 44. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. He's dropping back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll get this one to Brown. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st down from the red zone. That's into the hands of Moore. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He'll throw it yet again. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
They give it to him up the middle. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles get it back to within 2 possessions. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles get it back to a 14-point game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this series. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. So that was holding on the offense, and a quick declination from the defense means this stands as a turnover. To the air now on 1st and 10. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Now looking to throw. And oh, he drops it. He had all the space in the world. Brock, he got behind the defense, and he looked away before he brought it in. A big missed opportunity. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second. And incompletion is still pretty good, too.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Looking to the air here. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Ravens take over. Not an interception by the reigning Defensive Player of the Year. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now Jackson. He's on the move. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Ravens feeling good with a 14-point advantage. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he'll do what he can. That carry gets to the 35-yard line. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Lamar now from the gun. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Eagles will take possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. So the Ravens will fly home with the win.